Yeah, I don't know a lot about lymph work, but I can imagine maybe you have to do it sort of in a sequence or something. Sequences and protocols, students really like that. They feel a certain sense of security. So here's what I did. When I started teaching, I said, okay, I called my teacher and I went, yo, teacher, I know you haven't talked to me in a long time, and I was really insecure and shy back then, but I want to teach Thai massage. And she said, oh, like, Robert, you're a yoga teacher. You must have spent 3 years like helping me teach every class you could for those years. Like, you know, I don't know how many hours we trained you, basically. She's like, just go make your own workbook, which is where your workbook came from, by the way. Once she gave me permission, I just took off. And then I just kept documenting the process and the evolution. And I said, okay, give them the basics of Thai massage as you see it biomechanically. Don't be so theoretically dense. Like, we'll fill that in later when we have science, but it's like we're still trying to figure that out. I don't operate according to sequences and protocols, and I wrote 700 pages of sequence manuals and 9 DVDs of content just to cover what I thought was the basics of Thai massage, and now we have another 100+ hours on the subscription service. Like, we're not even close to done. Like, it might be 500 hours of, you know, video instructional content on that before I cover the bulk of what I'm doing these days. It's comforting to have a sequence, but I think the work only gets good when you go off-road. And that means that I have to respond to her tension. I have to respond to her body. So more towards the elbow, more towards the wrist. So up towards the head or down towards the feet? Okay, right there. More towards the elbow? Right there. Now, can you move your hand and wrist around for me? You can pull like any way you want through there. The sequences and protocols are good because it gives you something to fall back on, because I want you to have a sequence. But eventually you're going to work on someone and their legs are going to be tight, and you're going to realize, oh my God, I just spent an hour on this guy's legs. Yeah. But they're like, oh, I feel great. And that's, you know, like, the good stuff.
Whenever I do a Swedish or deep tissue, I always change it up because no one's ever the same.
Part of it is what the client wants, and then part of it is what we can reasonably deliver. I think a lot of clients don't realize what's possible, and then as your skill set grows, you slowly just kind of walk them along to what the potential is. Now, wrist or elbow? Okay, little up, more down. Right there. What I'm also doing is anything that Michael has studied previously, I'm not getting rid of that. Was it active release technique you were talking about? Listen, because I don't even know what it is exactly. And if you want to blend pieces of that with what you're doing, do it. I'm not going to stop that. Yeah. And move your hand and wrist around. There you go. So it's not trying to pull away from what you're already doing. We're just adding some extra tools to your, toolbox. And then just let her rest. There you go. Once you have a little bit of intellectual knowledge and then a little bit of muscle memory, then that's when you dance. It's not a set of rules. I mean, I give you a basic framework and a sequence, but it very quickly becomes Kevin Bacon and Footloose.
If you weren't going to say that, I was going to say that.
Hands feel better?